Hello, and welcome back to another session of using Blender for video editing. We're going to dive back into the graph editor now. Just a few more things that I can show you, some cool things that I've learned, starting with how to copy keyframes and why you would want to do that. So let's get into it. What we have right now, if I'll just quickly play back this animation that we've been building up, is a piano that rises up into the air and then waits for this banana to come across, which that was done with extrapolation, and then it drops down and crushes the banana. But of course, you've probably been thinking, how the heck is that piano going up there? And of course, you're not thinking about how is that banana alive and walking around. But really what's striking is that the piano is just rising up. So let's change that. Let's add a rope of some sort so we can see something and it makes sense to us that, oh yes, it's being pulled up. So we're going to do that now. To do that, I am going to jump back to the start of this. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here so we can see a bit better what we're doing. And I am going to add, just like everything else besides the piano and the banana, everything else is just a color strip. So our rope will also be a color strip. So add that, right click on the end there to drag it out, left click to finish, and I'm going to make it a yellowish orangey rope. So I'll pick that color there. That's good enough for me. Need to check off image offset so that we can control the height, the Y value of it, and image crop, because right now it's way too big. So I am going to just that. Just going to drag that across until we have a nice thin length of rope, which that looks pretty good to me. We need to go up here and adjust the blend to overdrop so we can see everything else underneath. Bring that back down to here so we can move the image offset so it's positioned right about there. And now I am going to brace it up just like this. It's not necessary because we're going to see soon enough why, but just so that it looks good to us. So this looks like a good starting point. The idea here is that we've already established the keyframes for the piano. We know we've already set the points where it's going to start moving, how much it's going to move, and we want to take advantage of that and not have to, redo all of that work. So here's how you do it. The first thing is that in order to copy keyframes onto a new strip that doesn't have any keyframes yet for the thing that you want to animate, you have to give it a keyframe. So I'll just go ahead right now and press the I key as I'm hovering over the Y image offset. So we have our keyframe. And now I'm going to right click on the piano strip. Let's hit the home button to zoom that out a bit, actually. And what we're going to do is we are going to jump to the first keyframe it has I push the down, but I'm going to push the up arrow now, and that is the position of the first keyframe. That's at frame 24. Then you go to key, the key menu, and you find an option that says here, copy keyframes. Just click on that. There's also Control C, you could do that as well. Oh, actually, one more thing. We want to make sure we copy all the keyframes. You can see here, based off of the color, that only these two keyframes are selected and not these two. We need everything. So I'll press the A key. Okay, that deselected everything. I'll press it again. Now we have all 4 keyframes selected, and I'll do it again up to there to go to copy keyframes. And now we right click on the color strip and simply go to key and paste. And there we go. Now we have our keyframes, except there's a few problems. First of all, this one here still exists, which it's not where we need it. So I can just click that and I will delete it. So go to key and delete keyframe. Okay, so that's gone. And now we have the same keyframes that we had with the piano. But as you can see, just by looking at this preview, we have a new problem in that now it's back down to the bottom, which is how we had the piano set up. But what we learned from one of the previous videos is this isn't really a problem after all. We just need to adjust it a little bit more. We have to select all the keyframes and then adjust them as we need to. So I will press the A key, select everything. Then I'll press the G key so we can start grabbing and moving. Okay, it just did something weird, so I'll press escape. That happens sometimes. So press G again, and I'll start raising it up. And again, now I have to, because I don't want to change when things happen, just what the values are, I will press the Y key to lock it to the Y axis. And I'm just looking at where it is on in the preview, and that's about where I want it. So I will left click to place. And now that should be it. So I'm gonna go back here, press the play, and it should be looking pretty good. Yeah, so far so good. And then there'll be a drop, bang, bang, bang. Perfect. It really is that simple, and it's surprisingly easy to do once you know the little tricks about it. So again, what we had to do is in the strip that we wanted to copy the keyframes to, we have to give it a keyframe first. So Blender will know, to what attribute is it going to paste these keyframes. And then you have to fiddle with it after that. And notice the one thing that I did do is that when I did the paste, I pasted at the position in the timeline of where the first keyframe is that I want to do the copy and paste for. If you try to position it somewhere else, like if you had done it at the start, then everything would be shifted over and then you'd have to adjust for that. All right, so that's it for the first thing I wanted to show you. And in fact, I think I'll just leave it at that for this video. And I'll have one more thing to show you in the next video. So thanks for watching. If you liked it, please do give it a like, subscribe so you can see more content that's going to be coming up hopefully soon. Okay, bye now.